Previously on Dungeon Town.
I think that's probably a good idea. I think we should tell Mr. Spit what we're up to, though. So that...
Why?
Because if we don't come back, telling him where we're going would give him a good idea of where to start looking for our bodies.
Okay, yeah.
You raised me.
Well-
Point.
He's just joking, right?
Look at me. Look at my eyes. Look at the wall. Quiet.
Who's that? Yeah. Who's there?
I mean, they're okay. I don't have anything against fairies.
Sounds like you might. With the Sandman, he's been sleeping for a really long time, but Auntie Spindle says it's time for him to wake up soon.
Can't own it, man.
I don't know.
Interesting. Jot that down on my...
The David Hasselhoff highwayman?
Hustleman, yeah.
Hasselman?
I kind of start poking with my wand to see if I can kind of like move him around a little bit, see if there's like a person in there with a face or anything.
On the chest of this figure, he's like a human fighter-looking guy. You see on his chest the Power Co. logo, and it says Power Co. Janitorial.
Dun, dun, dun.
Yeah, seriously.
And Axamar, as you look up, you see the figure of a enormous spider arching down onto you guys. Hey everybody, welcome to Dungeon Town, the show where we sit around and play D&D every week, just so you don't have to come over to my house. I'm your host, your dungeon master, your dude. Who's talking right now? My name is Dashel Marco.
Hey everybody, I'm Tim. Tonight I am going to be playing Santhoth, the half-elf wizard.
Hi, I'm Robert, playing Axamar, the Wood Elf Cleric.
Hey, this is Colby. I am playing Kirillani, the human fighter badass.
All right. Thanks for being here tonight, guys. Thanks, everybody, for listening.
The extra S's were for socialism.
Yeah.
So, when we last left off, you guys had approached the mouth of the cavern where Mercy directed you to get her, quote-unquote, dead drop. And you found 4 bodies wrapped in spider silk. The one turned out to be Pollock, who Axamar stabilized. And one of the other 3, due to Santhoth's kind of prying at the body, was revealed to have a Power Co. janitorial patch on it. And upon realizing this, Axamar looked up to see the figure of a gigantic spider above, where we had some puny little giant spiders in the second game. This is a gigantic spider. This is a boss spider, and its venom, not poison, but venom is kind of dripping onto Smokey, and he kind of feels like a plink of it land on his chainmail armor, and he looks up. It's like, guys,
You shouldn't have let it do that, Smokey. Now we can't let you live. It's like zombies. You're gonna turn into a spider.
Oh, well, guys, you shot it like...
and everyone roll initiative.
Oh, heck yeah. That is going to be one of these. Plus...
Whoa, that spider just rolled a nat 20,
Get the heck out of here.
Get out.
and Smokey rolled a 2.
Smokey's gonna die.
Well, it's good to know that somebody rolled worse than I did. I got a 10.
I rolled a 15.
That 20 spider. No.
What you got, Axum?
17.
Hey, look at you.
My first move's gonna be really lame, too.
Is it gonna be? No, I'll wait.
It's
We'll
not
see.
gonna be very exciting.
I am excited. So
It is this spider's turn, and as you have kind of walked into its lair, it rears up and strikes at Axamar. And it attempts to sink its what are spider teeth called?
Pincers.
Mandibles?
Mandibles.
It attempts to pierce you with its fangs.
Yeah.
Its fangs.
I
Oh
was
wow! It
T-Man.
rolled a nat 20 again.
Oh, dude,
What?
double that 20s.
Damn.
I mean, at least you and I are in the clear.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I'm dead.
Yeah, it
rolled full damage.
it pierces your armor and sinks its fangs into you. Make a Constitution saving throw.
Ten.
Oh my god. You take 10 points of piercing damage and 3 points of poison damage.
I am almost dead.
And the spider shoots a web out at all you guys.
Uh-oh.
Oh, no.
And I think you guys are all kind of within range of the spider right now because it's pretty big. But if you guys want to move out of this web right now, you're going to have to make a dexterity or a strength check to break free of the web.
Heck yeah.
Okay.
So, Axamar, it is your turn. As you take this punishing blow, you see your own blood start to kind of drip down your chainmail.
I'm gonna use my channel divinity to use preserve life. So I have 10 points of HP to spread between anyone within 30 feet. So I'm gonna give myself 6 to bring me up. I can only bring people up to half. So I'm gonna spend 6 on myself and 4 on Pollock. Can I do that?
Totally.
Okay.
Great. So you feel the kind of the divine presence of Neuralis Annalore course through you as you give yourself healing, and you're probably just above bloodied now, and Pollock is kind of stabilized. I mean, he's still more or less on his ass, like unconscious, but he's gonna be okay now.
Okay. Can I use my movement?
Well, you were restrained right now, and you need to break free of this web. You'd have to use an action.
Oh, it's a full action to break free from it.
Let's see. It's creatures stuck in the web can use an action to make a strength check. So, yeah, you have to use an action.
Okay, that's fine.
And we're just we're just like automatically captured in it, or
Yeah, sorry, that was my bad. On the first time you begin your turn in it, you can make a dexterity save.
No. And is that if we want to do anything or just if we need to move?
Just to not be restrained.
Okay. Will I invoke an attack of opportunity?
If you moved away from him, yes. You can, but you need to make the dexterity save.
9?
Yeah, you are restrained by the web.
Okay.
Kirillani,
it is your turn.
All right. So I have to make my dex save first, right? That's good. It's a 17.
Great. So you kind of have dodged the strands of this web coming from the spider, but it's still difficult terrain for all intents and purposes.
But he's pretty close to me, right?
Yes,
We're
you're
all up at each other's grills.
totally.
Well, I'm gonna smashy, slashy, slashy. Rah! You killed my father! So bring it down with the battle axe in my right hand first, on top of his big butt that he just tried to spray me with. Boom! For 11. 11 hits, right? It's not 11. I'm overestimating that. 9.
11 does not hit. Neither does 9.
All right, so that was a lot of... that was my warm-up! 16.
That will hit.
Yay!
Or you just used your action surge to attack twice.
No, that was just my bonus action I used for my offhand.
For sure.
And that'll do 10 damage.
Nice. You probably just slice well, you describe what you're doing. You could probably hack one of its 8 legs off.
Yeah, I was going for its butt with my hammer, so I would have been going for its face slash mandibles slash fangs with my axe. So let's say, like, imagine its mandibles are its teeth. It's now missing its front teeth.
I think you slice through one of his teeth.
Yeah. Like, he can still attack me with it, obviously, but he looks dumb.
Yeah. He's a buck-toothed spider.
No?
I'm dying.
I thought you saved yourself.
Xanthoth, it is your turn.
Sorry. Having fun over here. Killing
Yeah, okay.
spiders.
I will. Okay. I guess I'll do the dexterity check first. Let's see. 12.
That's just enough so that you are not
Woo.
restrained.
Yay.
And then I'm going to firebolt at the spider.
All right. Make an attack roll, or a magic attack roll.
Magic
Spell attack.
Mad Jack.
Yeah. $15.
Nice. You can narrate your attack if you like. And
All right,
roll
so
damage.
I kind of actually, since I was able to get out of the not being restrained by the
Actually, I
spider webs.
want just for future reference, I want to roll damage first so that you
Okay.
can narrate your attack better. If you roll max damage, it's gonna be different
Yes.
than if you roll like a 1.
All right, so all right. Ooh, I did in fact roll full damage, which is 10.
Great.
So, what I was thinking, since I was able to be, I was not restrained by the spider web, I kind of figured, like, as I was already like, oh crap, there's a spider, there's spider webs coming at me, and it's kind of covering me. Like, as I'm trying to, like, pull myself out of the webs, I'm also casting firebolt, so it kind of, like, starts to sparkle from my fingers and cut through the webbing, and then I just, like,
Cool.
take like a couple steps forward and full blast right at the spider.
It's right in his spider face.
Yeah, right in his stupid, too many eyes and weird teeth.
Nice. Yeah, you blast this spider in the face. It's... Yeah, I mean, you didn't roll a nat 20, so I'm not going to give you a special mechanical advantage, but it takes a searing
It was still
hit.
cool.
It's the spider is probably enraged now as its face has just gotten blasted twice in a row. It is Smokey's turn. Smokey's like, what do I do, guys?
Any
Save
attack-
Aximar's life.
anything helpful?
Save
Yeah.
Aximar's life. If you let Aximar die, we will kill you. Smoke. Well, no, we wouldn't do that. I can't say all of this.
Well, at this point, I'd say if you can attack. If not, help in other ways.
And you guys see Smokey be like, he's like, you guys are just yelling different things at him, and he's like, I don't know. And he like raises his hammer, and you guys see it just like his war hammer, and you guys see it just like fwing, like flash with white light, and he just like closes his eyes and like swings at the spider like looming above him.
Yes.
Get it.
Smokey.
Oh my god! And he rolls a 2.
Oh, Smokey.
He like buffs up. He's like swing and just
Yeah,
fucking misses. I'm gonna say even he rolled so poorly.
He's like Garth.
He misses and it hits the floor, and you just hear like a boom, like a thunderous boom,
Yeah, it's-
echo through the chamber. Oh man, it just makes a crack in the stone floor next to the spider.
Oh boy, well that was quite impressive.
Yeah.
Maybe next time, bud.
Smokey's like, sorry.
You're doing great.
I expected nothing else.
It is the spider's turn again,
Oh joy!
and
Don't kill me!
it goes for
Please don't kill me!
it goes for Kirillani this time.
Yeah. Who knows?
It rolled another nat 20.
Get out of here.
I'm not kidding. I rolled
Yeah,
it right
no,
here.
I mean, I
Bring
believe
it,
it. I mean,
spider.
Colby could confirm.
The spider is just... he's a god.
It's God Spider. Spider God. Was that Wolf?
And make a constitution saving throw, Kira. This is a big old spider, too. I mean,
Oh
Wait.
yeah. That's why I
Yes.
blasted the heck out of it.
Am I poisoned?
oh no, you just took extra damage.
Okay, but it's not like in my veins. Okay.
15.
If you're like super, like poisoned to where you have disadvantage, I will definitely tell you.
Okay.
Cool. You save on that.
Yeah. Hardy.
And you take 12 points of piercing damage as it puts its remaining fang probably right through your neck.
Who's laughing now? You are, Spider. I get it.
But you resist his poison. Or venom. It's venom. It's poison. It's venom. It's poison.
I mean, it is
His animal magnetism.
Like I said, it's a type of poison.
All right, Axamar, you see the spider kind of reared over Kirillani, fangs kind of sinking into him. What are you doing?
Can I tell how badly the spider is wounded, or do like a check, like a medicine check or something?
Well, it's been hit twice.
Okay.
2 pretty good hits, but the spider doesn't look like it's dying or anything.
Keep hitting it till it doesn't breathe.
Okay, I'm gonna cast Guiding Bolt. At 19.
Great. Roll damage.
Okay.
And then I believe the next melee attack against it will have advantage.
I would just wrote down next attack period, but I'll look it up.
No, that's probably right.
That sounds about right. Yeah.
15 damage.
Wow.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah. No, we're hitting pretty hard tonight.
I'm pissed.
I haven't been rolling very
Would
good
you like
all
to
night,
narrate your attack?
Well, like, 'cause I'm pissed and I'm like supercharged.
You
from-
blast a hole through it at your right.
Yeah.
You could blast one of its limbs off, or
Yeah, I'm like supercharged from channeling divinity and like feel like Noralis in me, so I just like release this like huge shot of divine energy and like blast off one of the spider's front legs.
yeah, and you hear like kind of. I'm gonna say its leg flops off, and spider blood is just drenching Smokey right now.
Aw. Damn it.
Smokey's like,
Poor Smokey.
and Kira, it is your turn.
Is there another spider by any chance?
No, you don't see another spider.
Yeah, all right. So wait, are we still in combat, or is this thing dead?
It is not dead. It's
Oh.
on top of you.
It's mad and you have advantage.
I thought you said it had a hole in it.
He blasted a hole through it,
Oh.
but
It's still
It's an
there.
impressive spider.
it's a big spider, like I said. It's like the size of I don't know. It's like
House?
it's like the size of a
So I have advantage on this attack.
it's like the size of an
first one?
ambulance.
Okay. Yeah.
It's big.
I have advantage on the next attack.
Yes,
Yeah.
you do.
So 11 or 19 with my hammer.
That will hit.
All right. Boom for
Wow.
11. Wait, sorry, more than that.
Max damage.
11. Yeah.
Great, and roll your second attack.
And then I'm gonna bonus attack with my axe. That's a 23.
Yep.
That's 5 more damage. Then I'm gonna action surge to attack him again.
Ooh.
For 18. And this is my hammer again. For 7 more damage.
Awesome. Why don't you just explain what action surge is for our listeners real quick?
Action surge is a special thing I learn as a fighter, where I get, I guess, like adrenaline pumped up and get to take another action on my turn. Usually it will be used for an attack, but it does not necessarily have to be.
Totally. And you get one per short or long rest.
But if you've got a spider in your chest, why not?
So you deliver a crush and blow. I'm just going to say you hack off another one of his legs. And this spider is this poor spider. Yeah, this spider is obviously bloodied and messed up. It looks like it's about to try to retreat. Xanthoth, it is your turn.
Okay, well, I am just gonna. So it starts to try to retreat.
You can tell it's like rearing back, but it's not. It hasn't had a turn yet.
Nah. F that, dude.
Okay, what are you doing?
Magic MF missile.
Oh.
Okay, roll damage. You blast the spider with a magic missile. You see spider guts start rolling onto the floor above you guys.
Let's see.
You guys are all covered in spider guts.
That's 2. 4.
Fear Factor, the campaign.
Rolled minimum damage.
6. Yeah. Wow. Okay. 6 damage. That's it. Minimum damage.
That's fine.
The least I could do.
That's good. Yeah, this thing is messed up at this point. You blast him with a few magic missiles. And it's Smokey's turn. His weapon's still charged up from his spell that he cast, and he's
Go get him,
concentrating
Smokey!
on it. He's like,
You can do it.
okay,
You can do it.
I'm gonna hit him this time.
Yeah, you are.
God, he rolled like a 11. Or actually, let's think. He probably has a 3 strength and a 2
Smokey?
proficiency.
Smokey has a 3 strength.
He's a paladin.
He's a paladin.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm gonna say he just barely hit him.
Yeah, come on.
He rolled a 12, and that'll just do.
Smoky. Yeah.
He's sniping our stats, man.
Whatever, dude.
And
my kill.
he
That is my
smacks
kill.
he smacks the spider for 11 damage, and you hear like another like hit the spider, and then this spider needs to make a strength saving throw or be pushed 10 feet away, which it fails.
Ooh, no more nat 20s for you.
Smokey blasts the spider kind of away from you guys, and then it's the spider's turn.
Wow, Smokey,
next.
holy moly.
Yeah, the spider just retreats.
See,
and,
I knew you could do it.
Starts to skitter up into the webs above.
What's its speed?
Too fast for you.
Probably about, I mean, it's
Spider
probably
speed.
30. I mean, you could take pot shots at it if you can. It's probably got at least partial cover at this point.
Well, yeah, I'll use Sacred Flame if it's my turn.
I am going to say that this
think it's the spider's
spider
turn,
is
right?
making a stealth check as it retreats.
Oh, yeah, it's its turn.
Yeah, I would like to get out of advantage, or sorry, out of initiative at this point because this monster is retreating. So you guys can all make perception checks if you want to try to take a quick pot shot at it.
16.
18.
That was pointless. I got like a 9. I mean, my passive perception would be 14 if it was just like trying to retreat and I was looking at it already.
Yeah. You see it skitter up, and it's got partial cover from the webs. But you can make quick pot shots at it if you want to try to kill it.
Yeah, Sacred Flame, so it makes a dex save.
Okay.
Oh yeah, spiders are known to be really bad at that.
He made his save. He rolled a 17.
All right.
Surprise.
Well, I mean,
So
It's a
it's
cantrip.
not even like half damage. It just misses them completely.
no, it's a cantrip.
You know what? Screw it. I hate this spider. I'm gonna try firebolt again.
You couldn't see him once
Yeah.
he
Oh,
retreated.
that's right. That's right. I failed that one, and I was like, well, that spider's gone.
I'll try to take a shot at him with my crossbow, I guess. I'll whip it out and...
All right.
What are you guys shooting at?
Make an attack roll.
Stupid spider, I don't want you to get away.
It's gonna tell its spider friends.
Nat 20.
Nice.
Nice.
Yay.
All right, roll damage.
All right. Do. 3 damage.
Oh, honey.
On a nat 20, though.
Oh, you can roll your damage die again.
All right. That's 7 damage, then.
Yeah, you hear your arrow connect like, but you just hear the spider like hiss, and you don't see it like fall or die or anything, and it skitters up into like the roof of the cavern, and you can't see it anymore.
Damn it, Smokey. You let it get away. We had it right here, and you pushed it away and let it get away. Oh, my gosh. Now there's a monster spider out there that we can
Well, I gotta
stop.
say that was still a pretty impressive hit. I mean, whatever. I mean, let's get the heck out of here. I mean,
Yeah.
let's.
I'm going to fart on you guys.
Okay. So, Kirillani, you're using your second wind.
Yeah, to get some health back. We're level 1, right? So 5. Or no, we're level 2. 6 damage or health.
You take 6 damage.
Are you okay?
Smokey's like, does anyone else need any healing?
Uh,
I mean, I could
I'm
use more.
raising my hand.
Smokey's like, okay, just hold still, Axmar. And he casts Healing Word on you. Or, he casts Cure Wounds on you, I mean. And heals you for 6 points of health.
Thanks, Smokey.
And Smokey's like, looks like that spider's gone. What's our plan?
We need to get this guy, pointing to Pollock, up on his feet, and we need to get back to town.
Well, I mean, to be honest, he doesn't really need to be on his feet.
Pollock's like kind of attempting to stand up at this point.
What is Pollock? Is he a loud talker? Is he kind of a soft-spoken guy?
Well, he's been kind of like messed up. He's been like kind of choking for breath.
But I'm really like, hey, Pollock. So you feeling a little better?
Pollock's like, yeah. Thanks. Thank you guys.
All right, because we need you to shut up and be very quiet. Okay. Can you do that?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Pollock, would you rather lie down than have to travel with us on the way back?
Pollock's like, I think I could probably make it back to town.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Cool.
I mean, you could also have a lie down, and maybe this guy can, like, kind of treat you along the way.
I think I'll be all right. I got that healing. It was pretty. Yeah, I think I can walk.
All right.
Okay.
Well,
fine.
we just got to be quiet on the way out.
Before we go, I didn't see the altar, so I can't do anything about it. But I'm
But
by telling you about it.
you actually feel something. Like you kind of feel like there's something in here,
Okay.
like something holy.
Well, my first step was going to be, can I try to collect some of the spider venom that dripped down?
Yeah, I think you can. You could make a check to harvest some, or yeah, for sure. Like, there's just like a little puddle of it. Like you might be able to get like a sample of it.
Yeah, just like an just. Is that a medicine check or?
Yeah, you can make it a medicine check.
Okay, because that is my intention. 18.
Yeah, I think you collect a sample of the spider venom into like a little tiny vial that you have. I mean, like it's kind of like dissolving into the stone.
Yeah, not a whole lot.
So
but
you're not able to get like a full dose of it, but you get like definitely a sample.
enough to study later.
Totally.
Okay, and then I feel something holy. Can I feel where it is?
Yeah, and I think at this point, I mean, they've presumably kind of pointed out the altar to you that they
Yeah.
noticed.
And I was like, oh, hey,
Oh, yeah. I approached
check
the
this
altar.
thing out. Your holy spidey senses going off.
Yeah.
Yeah. And as they point the altar out to you, you kind of feel it, and it sort of calls out to you.
What is it saying?
Yeah, so just to give you guys kind of a picture, so like the cavern that you're in, like it's kind of just like a big cave mouth, and then wherever the spider went, like up, it looks like that's where like this cave is. Like it's like this is almost like a vertical cave. And then you see kind of against one of the walls is this altar
Yeah.
against the wall. And as you walk up to it, it doesn't actually like say anything to you, but it calls to you in like a spiritual sense. And you see the inscription of a dove on one side of it, and you see the inscription of a priest on the other side. And then on in between those sides, because it's kind of like a rectangular pedestal, you see an inscription, an engraving that reads, "To keep this, you must first give it to me." It's some sort of riddle.
Yeah, sounds like it.
To keep this, you must first give it to me.
Is it my life?
You say that, but you don't hear you
Where-
don't see any response.
Is it written like on the side of the pedestal or up top?
I think it's in Elven, across, just like on one side of the pedestal. So Axmar would. Are you going to share this with them?
Yeah. To keep this, you must first give it to me.
A secret?
Oh, yes, I can read Elven, thank you.
Oh.
Is it a secret?
Does it want to?
Is there like a spot on the pedestal for anything to go?
Nope.
no indication of how we answered this riddle. So it might just be like say it out loud kind of thing. Okay.
So I have to tell it a secret?
To keep this, you must first give it to me.
So is that like we give it something that we want to keep forever?
I think as you guys, I mean, do you want to kind of keep guessing on this, or?
I'm thinking it over.
Okay.
You know? While I'm thinking, I'd like to look around the rest of the room, see if there's any other clues. Just do a little snoopy snoop. Nothing.
You can make an investigation check.
Yay! Yeah, I mean, yeah, I would definitely be like, well, I mean, what is it? What do I?
I'm gonna quietly lean over into the pedestal and whisper in Elvish,
12.
I know my mother has blasphemed her god.
Wow. Wow.
Whoa.
Glad I didn't hear that. I'm really glad I didn't hear that. Woo.
Well, you don't know Elvish anyway, do you?
Unfortunately, that is not the answer to this riddle.
That is horribly embarrassing. That I say in comment.
Kirillani, you notice kind of from your investigating that the wall near the altar seems to be almost like flat. But that's all you garner.
Okay.
I think as you guys are mulling this over and you're discussing with yourselves what the answer might be, you know.
Yeah.
I love your guys' ideas for sure. You hear the voice of Mercy coming from the mouth of the cavern. And she's walking towards you guys. And she says, "My word." And as soon as she says that, the kind of flat panel that Kirillani is inspecting starts to raise.
What?
Yeah.
And she says to you guys, "Well, I figured out the first part. You guys did better than I thought you would tonight."
So
This dude belongs to you, I think. And I'll point at Jabroni.
And
Pollock.
she's like, "This idiot," and she just like, he's kind of regaining his composure, trying to stand up, and she just shoves him on the ground.
Hey now.
And she's like, he's fine. This big lug. Told him this was a safe place to hide out if he ever needed to to get away from the law or anything.
Ouch.
So it's your fault he got almost eaten by a spider.
That all I told him was where to go should he ever need to escape. Now he didn't have a reason to run from me. Then
Okay.
probably wouldn't have ended up in this situation.
Okay. Has she seen the pouch yet, or can I tell?
Oh, I've just got the pouch in my pocket. So
Yeah,
Oh, you have the pouch.
she's like, yeah,
Oh yeah.
this fool had my pouch. Did you find it?
Yeah. I'll get it out of my pocket and give it to her. I did.
And you like toss it over to her, and she's like, "Thanks. I don't even know what he took. We'll take a look later. Maybe I'll divvy you out a little bonus."
well, do we get that other 50 from delivering it now? Because we were able to get it. You gave us 50 initially to come and get it, and
Sure. As soon as
Now
we
I-
get back to town, I'll have your gold. I don't really bring gold on the road when I'm stalking my new initiates.
Makes sense.
yeah,
What
okay.
about this
That makes sense.
this riddle wall though? What's the deal with this?
Now, that's what I'm trying to figure out.
Oh, mysterious.
And as you guys see that panel slide open in the stone wall, Axamar, you see and you feel like this, this just like kind of holy energy coming from the altar. And you see the symbol of a dove on a stone panel beyond that. And you kind of feel like you could just, like you can activate this.
Okay.
Like you could open the door just with your own, like, energy.
Okay. I guess I'm gonna approach it, and maybe like right before it, like start saying a prayer to Norellis.
Yeah, I think at that prayer alone, you see the altar kind of like activate, and you see like kind of and you feel like just this like soft divine light kind of pour out of it, and you see the dove on the stone panel like light up.
Whoa.
And it begins to raise.
Ooh.
And Mercy is like, interesting. This is going far better than I planned.
Well, what does that mean?
And she just gestures towards the newly opened cavern, and you guys see kind of like a regal looking like staircase with like a nice carpet like draped down it. And she's like, well,
Well, I'll go in.
let's find out.
I'll go in for sure.
Yeah. Last one in's a rotten egg.
Okay. Guess I'm the rotten egg.
Smokey
Stairs again.
Yeah, Smokey's like peeking down into the
Oh,
corner. He's like,
Stairs.
secret passageway.
Yeah, I'm like already going up the stairs. Like you didn't have to tell me twice.
Yeah.
Cool. So as you guys go in through this passageway, you see like a small treasury and a shrine inside of it. And upon like a kind of altar in like the middle of this room, it's kind of just like a staircase leading up to this circular room above. And there's an altar above in this like small treasury, and you feel it like calling to you.
I approach the altar. And what does it look like?
Axmar, what are you doing?
Make an Arcana check.
A Axmer.
Axe smear.
Sorry, what kind of check?
Or you can make Arcana or religion.
Definitely religion. 12.
You can't really tell what this is, but you feel like it will activate at your touch.
I'm gonna touch it.
Yeah. So whoa, hey, Axmar, what are you doing?
I mean, granted, I am biased against religion in general, as
Now you tell me.
a communist, I guess. But a shrine / altar amongst a bunch of treasury stuff seems like a big red flag.
Or they're just sacrifices to my god.
Does your god like money a lot?
Not particularly. Which
You see where I'm going with this?
There's not a lot of money here. It looks more like holy relics almost. Like you see a couple of them. Like you see like a short sword on like a pedestal, and you see like a helmet upon another pedestal, and you see like a necklace with a dove on it upon another. So it's almost like these items are placed like ceremoniously throughout the chamber. It's not like there's just like treasure chests filled with loot and stuff.
They were placed ceremoniously.
So Axmar, you reach out and touch the altar.
yeah.
As you do this, you see the altar just light up at your touch.
Pretty.
And you see an image of your grandfather appear. You see like his whole body kind of being projected like as an illusion, like upon this altar. What was your grandfather's name?
Zelavan.
Zelavan?
Yeah.
It's canon.
You see the image of your grandfather, Zelavan, appear. And he is presumably in his like mid to oldish age. Like he's not like super old. It looks like kind of when he's in like his elven prime, you know? Like he's getting old, but he's doesn't have like gray hair and stuff yet.
Right.
And you personally, you've never even seen your grandfather this young before. Like I think you had maybe met him a couple of times like in your past, but he was probably always like out adventuring and, you know, across the land. So you're kind of like seeing almost like an old VHS tape of your relatives type thing,
Yeah.
right? And this illusion, or it's, you know what I mean, this
Projection.
it's basically like a hologram or a projection of Zelavan, your grandfather, begins to address you guys. And he says,
And we all see it.
yep. And he says,
Oh.
young disciple of Neuralis, I hope this message finds you well. I have hidden these shrines throughout these isles, the eastern strand, in an effort to share my story and my message. Myself and my 2 partners came to this isle long ago to initiate a campaign of cleansing. After ridding this place of all monster life, we decided to settle down here. It wasn't long after that we realized this island needed cleansing of more than just monsters. We decided to call it the Shade. We could not kill it, and we could not contain it. It is the pure and latent presence of evil. When we realized this, my companion and my good friend, Jean Vache, decided he would give himself to the Shade in an attempt to control it, despite my efforts to stop him. This shrine is a piece of my attempts to stop the Shade. And to aid me in my quest, you must find the other shrines hidden here in the Eastern Strand. Your faith will guide you, noble follower of Neuralis.
What do I do when I find the shrines?
And he says, this hologram was programmed with a limited question answering ability, but it'll you get the inclination that you've got about a minute or 2 to question this hologram before the magic fades away.
What do I do to find the shrine, or what do I do when I find the shrines?
Your faith will guide you.
How many are there?
There are 4 other that I have made at this time.
Are there others living who know where they are?
You are the first to find this shrine.
What happens when I find them all?
He says, with each shrine that you find, more of what happened here on this isle I will reveal to you. But I must know that this message finds only the good of faith, and that is why the shrines have been split as such.
Can I take items from the shrine, or should I bring anything to the shrines?
You may use these items for good.
Cool.
Sorry to interrupt. I'm Kirlani. Sounds like you're grandpappy. Just a quick question. What was Axmar like as a little? Was he an adorable little? Or was he like kind of a grumpy little?
Carolina, it's not going to last much longer. Do you have a serious question?
Nope.
No, not about this hockey.
He says, I know no Axamar. And Meta, at the time of this recording, Axamar probably wasn't even born yet.
Wow. From beyond the grave, he dissed you. Your own grandpappy.
I wasn't born yet.
Oh, yeah. Look at that. Copyright 1997. Okay.
Thank you.
You see his image kind of start to flicker.
I'm so mad at you right now. Can I examine the items starting with the necklace?
You don't want to ask this projection any more questions
Oh,
or anything.
I thought it faded.
It's flickering, but it's still
Oh,
there.
Does the Shade have any allies?
He says, or it says, as you find my other shrines that I've hidden, I can tell you more about the Shade. What I can tell you now is that the Shade is evil, permutated, or what's the word?
Personified?
Yeah, sure. The Shade is evil personified, though it is no singular person. It is a force. And this force alone is what corrupted my friend.
Jean Vache.
Jean Vache.
Jean Vache. And Jean Vache, it sounds like, kind of is the Shade right now.
As things were going, as I made these shrines and recorded these messages, that is when the Shade consumed him fully, and I had to make my sacrifice. That is all I can tell you now.
Okay.
Oh, well, I was kind of hoping. Where are the other shrines?
Straightforward question.
He says, the initiate's faith will guide him. Now,
So I look over at him and I'll be like, okay, well, guide the way, buddy.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he just waves at the party, and he's like, farewell, noble follower of Noralis. We shall meet again in good hope.
I love you.
Aw.
Wow.
And his image fades away.
Still my granddad.
I mean, this is why you should always use Kryptonian holographic projections for after your life,
I'm not talking to you right now.
because Superman was able to talk to his dad like he was a real person forever.
And Mercy chimes in at this point, as she heard all of this and has been in the room with you guys. She says,
We weren't speaking Elvish.
Yeah, this was kind of a personal moment that we were
I'd
intruding
say
on.
he was speaking common.
Okay.
Because there are followers of Noralis that aren't elves as well.
But he was speaking to me.
Well, I think you only think that.
Anyway,
He'd be really proud if he knew
Mercy
who he
says.
was. Oh.
Mercy says.
Yeah, Mercy chimes up at this point, and she says, now, this was a much more interesting night than I was expecting. You'd think, now, really, the next job I was gonna propose to y'all, well, had to do with the growing monster threat here on the Eastern Strand, but now maybe these two factors might tie together.
What do you know about the Jean Vache character?
Never heard of the man.
Do you know anybody on town who knows a little history around here?
Sounds like some kind of freaky occult shit, if you ask me. But
Do you know
You
any
know.
freaky occultists then?
well, it's funny you should say that because now there's a sort of a Bruja outside of Darkstone. He's sort of a mad wizard type. But now me and him, we've been running reconnaissance on the Goblin encampment to the south, and well, I might as well just go ahead and say that was going to be, well, my next job for y'all. Well, to help me, so to speak. Now, these monsters around, they're not good for business. Looks like y'all might have something a little bigger on your hands, but well, maybe they'll tie together. Say there's this evil shade or whatever, but these monsters, they've only been coming the last couple of years. It's kind of fishy to me now. What if they should tie together and we could align our interests?
Seems that'd be mighty convenient.
Yeah. We should ask those fairies that you got along with so well earlier if they were talking about the Sandman, right? Maybe that's the same dude.
Well,
Stands to reason.
yeah, maybe. I don't really. I didn't really get the impression that they really cared to help us.
I think they liked you.
But yeah, I mean, yeah, I would probably be able to like ask him for tea or something so often,
Yeah.
but I don't know
Yeah.
if I can ask him to like fight in a war.
I mean, I don't know if
just
the-
asking them to talk, just go out for some tea and talk about Sandman, and see what happens.
I don't know if those fairies were really up with the current events, if you catch my drift.
Yeah, they didn't seem like they really knew anything about the Sandman. Like, you guys didn't grill them for information or anything, but when you asked them, they're like, I don't know.
I don't know.
Yeah, no, I mean they
In true
seemed,
fairy fashion.
And
For sure.
They
Auntie's-
seemed like they were into Santhoth, if nothing else.
Now, look, y'all must be talking about those fairies in the woods now. Now, look,
Oh
here's...
yeah, they were quite interesting. I really enjoyed their company.
Now, I just found out today that y'all might be able to hold yourself and prove useful to me. Now, well, to the town, to Darkstone. See, consider myself to be a benefactor. Now, the mayor, the sheriff, they may consider me a nuisance, but I intend to rid this island of monsters by any means necessary, and I will continue that mission until it is done. Now, there
That
are...
was quite a noble cause.
Well, as I said, monsters are not good for business. Now, I've noted quite a few different growing monster threats in the last couple moon cycles. That's years out of character. And I should just say years, whatever. They're called moon cycles in my game.
I like it.
And she says now, and the goblins were the first to come, but now this Feywood, as they call it, and I have ran into these fairies myself, but now that hasn't always been there. nor have the orcs to the far east, nor have the ogres to the far east. Now, perhaps if we could figure out where all these different types of monsters are coming from, well, maybe that's related to your shade.
It could it seems like it could be possible. It seems like there might be some kind of tear in the rift of the weave between our reality and like what keeps magic, yes.
Well, let's hunt down this wizard outside of town and see if we can get a history lesson from him.
He's like, oh my god, this is.
And in the meantime, we'll check to see if anybody knows about anything about the Far East. But for now, we should probably check out what's in this shrine and head back to town.
I mean, it's like, what, super early morning now? Like 1, 2?
Yeah.
I mean,
And I need a long rest.
yeah.
I'm getting.
Also, we still have to sleep or sneak past those highwaymen again, I think. Unless Mercy.
And they have hostages.
So I guess we should probably, do that.
It's up to you guys.
Let me check out these items first, if I
Alright.
can. Starting with the necklace.
I'm gonna go kind of tried and true D&D fashion and say, you're gonna need to take a rest and attune to them to figure out what they do.
Okay, can I just collect them all for now?
Yes.
Can I have one?
Yeah, no, not levitate to them.
That's all right. That's cool. I get it,
My
whatever.
granddaddy's shrine, god darn it.
So when you take a
God bless it.
I mean, I helped. But
definitely
whatever.
when you take a long rest, you can identify them and but I want to kind of stick to that in this game because I've given you guys so much loot in other games and just been like, oh yeah, here's a magic thing. It kills everything instantly, and you're like, oh okay. And I want to kind of just make it a little more like you have to study what these what the items are and kind of. It's a lower magic world than past campaigns.
I also
Right.
know
Run.
identify, so I can kind of use that to help.
Mercy, what's in the pouch anyway?
She says, well, let's find out what this fucker took from me.
Yeah.
So she reaches her hand into the pouch, and you see her arm kind of go way into it.
Cool.
It's a bag of holding. And she's kind of fishing her arm around in there, and she's like, potion of water breathing. She's like kind of sitting on the stone, on the cavern floor. I'll say you guys are still in the shrine room. She's just kind of unpacking her loot. She's like, potion of water breathing. Potion of gaseous form. That's a weird one. Pound of exotic spices. Bestiary, some common local creatures, whatever. Oh, my good silver dye. I was wondering where those went.
Yeah.
No, there's a bunch of gold here. Here, keep these, and she passes you guys the potion of water breathing and the potion of gaseous form. She gives you guys the bestiary of common local creatures, and she gives you guys 75
that.
gold pieces.
Okay, you got the gold, Colby.
Yeah. I've got a running tally for our group gold. So.
And Xanthoff, you have the
Bestiary.
She says a little bonus for a job well done, particularly
Well, thanks.
to new endeavors.
Can I don't suppose you'd be willing to part with that pouch so we could carry it all in?
Now this is my good pouch.
Yeah, I know. It's a really nice pouch. It was worth a try,
You don't just ask a lady for her purse.
I just did.
I'll say you need a little storage on something, and maybe I can help you out.
Well, just let's just say it's on my Christmas list for when the time comes. When you're thinking of me, Mercy.
She says,
But I don't celebrate Christmas because it's a bourgeoisie holiday.
So what are you guys doing?
Yeah, I think for now we were just planning on sneaking back out of this cave.
Well, there's the hostages. Well, Mercy, do you know anything about the hostages in the camp?
You saw some hostages in the highwayman camp?
Yeah.
I mean,
Well, yeah, I mean the
fairy-
fairies told me about
implied.
them. They were beating some people real bad, and they were holding on to them. It didn't sound like a good situation, and
Maybe I could try sneaking in there and breaking them out.
Well, yeah, I don't know who the hostages are or what's going to become of them.
I could take a look.
I think it'd be really great. I don't think anybody should ever be held against their will.
honestly, if we show up in full force, I don't think those highwaymen will even be much of a threat. I think they're pretty scared shitless of me as it is.
I mean, if you're willing to lead the way, I'll follow.
Let's get out of here.
Yeah,
Right.
I'll come up behind y'all.
I can consider this my monthly public service.
Are you gonna make a cool speech that like intimidates them, Mercy?
I might try now. I think the more help that y'all give me, this might go a little better.
That's awesome.
I would like y'all to come with me.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Oh yes, of course, absolutely.
Now let's try to be quiet as we approach and just see how it goes.
Yeah, we'll see how that goes.
All right, everyone make a stealth check.
Have we
it's-
we met?
It's a minor.
God, our stealth checks are so bad.
Yeah,
I never even roll well for him.
I got a 14.
I got an 8.
I got a 13.
No.
That's fine. Actually, you guys are pretty. You guys are sneaking up.
Did Smokey roll?
You guys see
Smokey's a spider
Mercy kind of sneak ahead of you guys, and she sneaks up to the little post that the guard is in, and you see her. She puts this guy into a chokehold, and like, let's say he was unsuspecting. She just like puts him to sleep.
Cool.
And at that point, she kind of signals you guys to like come over, and she's got the keys to the cage.
I'll take the keys from her.
And at this point, like these highwaymen are like waking up around you guys as you guys are kind of just like walking into their camp, and they hear like the jangling of the keys, and they awaken. There are 5 highwaymen, and they're all waking up at this point.
I'd like to just turn to the closest highwayman to me. Like, have you seen my shoes? You know, did Jim take my shoes again? I can't find them in here anywhere. Where are they? Did you take my shoes?
What the hell? What the hell?
I'm gonna just walk to the cage.
You're gonna start unlocking it. You see, actually, I mean, as you approach, you see one of the couples that Sheriff Frost had shown you in his folder. You know that this is 2 of the missing people.
Oh wow. Yeah, so I let him free.
And Mercy just says, "All right, now, y'all just go back to bed. We'll just be taking these." And the highwaymen are like, "What the?" And they kind of start drawing their weapons. She says, "I'd put those away. I wouldn't think you'd want to mess with my big old friend Lonnie here." You guys have some intimidating or whatever to do if you want to avoid a fight.
I want my intimidation to be just like very perfunctorily opening the cage and letting them out, like I'm releasing them from a hospital.
You're walking over and you're letting them out, but you guys are kind of surrounded by these 5 bandits at this point. Like, they're in a circle around you, and they're groggily getting their shit together and drawing their weapons.
And we're all covered in spider guts, right?
I mean, yeah, it's probably all dried and crusted
Are there
off
any
by
like?
now, but
Are there any like open fires anywhere?
there's like the smoldering, barely lit fire, kind of probably right beside you.
Okay. Well, I just use whatever little flame comes out of that, and I kind of burst into a much bigger fire within that 5 feet there, and I'm like, "You shall let us pass and take these people back."
What's it like? It like bursts up and makes a big shadow of Kirillani kind of fall upon.
Yeah. And then I just want to like point at someone. I want to point at one and be like, "I need a volunteer. You, sir, please step forward so I may cripple your legs, and that will be the demonstration to the rest of these gentlemen as to why they should not stop us. So please come forward. Take your shoes off. Take your shoes off first. Come on up."
They like look down at their shoes and make a fucking intimidation check with advantage.
Oh yeah. Woo. All right, advantage. It's a 7.
Oh, and I'm gonna say, Xanthoth, you make a intimidation check too.
Intimidation. All right.
'Cause you're attempting to intimidate them with your magic.
Oh. 18.
Cool. So yeah, you guys, what did you say? Like, I will destroy you, burn in the fire. What? I don't remember what you said.
Well, I just kind of like bursted it as like, you shall let us pass and take these people back. And that's it. It's like something simple. Fire everywhere.
I'll say that's good enough. I think coupled up, I mean, you guys are just intimidating enough that these bandits are like, okay, fine, just take them, just don't burn me up and don't sit on me, okay?
Okay. Go back to bed.
And one of them's like, watch your back on the road to Kresk. And Mercy just kind of shoots him a look, and he like shuts up. But he's like, you can tell this dude was kind of like the leader of the highwaymen.
Do not speak, sir. And I can like, is he like in bedding and stuff, like blankets and shit?
Yeah, he's got a little nightcap on.
Okay. I will spread some of that fire to catch part of his like bedding towards his feet, not like totally engulfing him, but like I'll start to like set his stuff on fire, and I was like, "You shall not follow us."
And you just hear like a rah, ah! You haven't seen the last of Wily Charlie.
And I'll make it go out, and it just completely goes out, and it's dark. If, whatever.
And you just hear them kind of like
anyway.
cussing and exclaiming, like, "Who was on watch? Like, I thought you were supposed to be on watch."
Okay, guys, let's get out of here.
They're just like kind of fighting amongst each other.
Okay. I'm gonna ask the couple if they're thirsty or hungry or injured.
Yeah, they're all of those things.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, thank you so much. We didn't think anyone was gonna come. They were talking about sending some kind of ransom note to town, but they were too stupid to figure it out. They didn't have anything to write on.
Yeah, they didn't really seem really
Okay.
all that smart.
Okay, let's triage as we walk. Come on,
Yeah.
come on.
I guess technically we weren't really there for them.
Are you good enough to walk? You're good enough to walk, right?
Yeah, they're barely good.
Okay.
Did you guys take Pollock with you when you left, or did you just kind of cut him loose?
No, we made sure he was on our feet. He was on his feet.
We gave him to Mercy, and she threw him to the ground where he stayed.
I kind of.
Yeah, I don't think you guys said that you like took him. I think he kind of just like escaped. Like he
Yeah.
kind of just like slithered loose somewhere.
That's fine.
Okay, and so
That's not gonna do any harm, right?
so like probably Axamar and Smokey are just helping this couple as you guys are kind of limping back to town slowly. And you guys probably make it back to Darkstone. It's probably about 4 or 5 in the morning.
I mean, we could always put him on the disc.
Well, rescuees, it's been fun. This is our stop. I'm going to go to bed.
Don't think we should drop him off at the sheriff's office.
I'm not really sure how that's how it works.
I mean,
yeah,
they're-
let's go
they-
wake up the sheriff and the mayor, and let's.
They're from here. I'm sure they want to like go home or something, but
Yeah, but it's a really big deal that they're back in town.
And you guys are exhausted to the point where if you don't go rest right now, you're gonna have to make like exhaustion checks.
I
Oh,
walked
we
you
gotta,
back to the gate of town.
sleep
Do you
with
need me
these
to
people?
do you need me to walk you home and tuck you into, lady and gentlemen?
You guys all sleep in the same room.
Take it easy, man. Yeah, I mean,
It's 5 a.m, and I just was
okay, I get
We're
it. You're
covered
being,
in spider
you're being
guts.
really grumpy, but I mean, like,
I know. I'm sorry. I'm being grumpy.
I don't know what to do with people when you rescue them. I mean,
That's why
I do. I'm the cleric.
I was trying to just
Like,
be
well,
courteous and
we're-
say goodbye.
We're just gonna go home.
Thank you.
Thank you again.
Yeah.
alright.
Oh.
Sorry, I don't know what to do. Have a nice night.
Thank you for taking the hint that this was getting awkward.
And they look at your lapel and they're like, "Power Co Janitorial.
At your
yeah.
service.
You guys are doing better than the last team."
Thank you.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
we noticed. Thank you.
Hey everybody, thanks for tuning in to Dungeon Town. Really appreciate it. As always, want to thank, we got Pirate Crab, DJ Cutman, and a Kane Acoustic, and also MJK Music this week, just providing some really good tunes, and we like that. If you enjoyed this episode, hey, we're getting into some deep stuff here. We're getting into that main quest type thing. So if you're enjoying it, we want to hear from you. Please send us an email at dungeontownpodcast@gmail.com. And, if you like the show, refer us to a friend or leave us a nice review or a nice message on the platform of your choice. And we really appreciate that. It helps other people find the show. All right. Thank you again for tuning in, and we'll see you next week. Bye-bye.